As far as examples, I guess for myself, this past week, well, past few weeks, I've been stepping into a new role of being involved in sales, and I've been in sales my whole life, but it's been more of a soft sell. And now I've had to stretch and be more of a closer, and that would be more, it felt wrong, but at the same time, people need to have assistance making decisions that are for their best interest. So it's allowed me to grow in that different area and to utilize what I think it's Oprah Winfrey, that maybe she didn't coin the phrase, but the choice muscle, to be able to, decide you're going to do that and lean into it and strengthen that ability to change. And the more you use that choice, rather than be in that sad state, choose to be in that strong growth state. So I guess that's my 2 cents for now, but again, look forward to sharing and hearing other people, and hopefully we'll be able to, between the three of us, we have a lot of things in common, but we're also very different. So maybe one of us will resonate more with you than others.
So for me, one of the things that I do that I can share with you is that about 10 years ago, I watched a movie called The Help. It's a movie about some of the Black people when they first got their rights and they were starting to work for white people. And this one lady was a maid, I guess, for this white family. And unfortunately, this Black lady had lost her only child. And she really connected with this white child of the family that she was cleaning the house for. And this little girl was a bit overweight. Her parents didn't pay attention to her. They didn't think much of her because of the fact that she was so plump and all this stuff. And the one thing that I caught out of this movie was that this Black lady, every time this little girl would get criticized or knocked down or whatever, this lady would come down to this kid's level, to eye level, and would say 3 things. I can't remember exactly what they were, but they were something along the lines of, I am kind, I am important, and I am beautiful. And she would make this kid, she said, now say it back to me. Now you say it back to me. And she would get this kid to say it over and over and over again. And I took that and I started using that with my kids every day before bed and every day before school. And then granted, it has changed a bit over 10 years, but it was always very important things. And my kids would be like, oh, Mom, why are we doing this? And I'd be like, because I am running a pathway into your mind. I go, I want this pathway to be so worn in that it doesn't matter how much grass grows over it, you can still see that path. So I'd like to share with you my affirmations that I do with my children at this moment, and it's always growing or changing a little bit, but it's got the same concept. So today, currently, where we're at, the affirmations that I share with my children every day before bed and every day before work, them school. Well, for them, they think that school is work. I don't blame them. This is what it is. I am kind. I am special. I am respectful. I am responsible. I am loving. I am proud of who I am. I am enough just as I am. I learn from my mistakes and failures. I take responsibility for my actions and my choices. I am healthy. I am wealthy. Money comes to me very easily, and I have fun making money. I follow my dreams. I listen to my heart and my intuition. But most of all, I am loved, and I am always worthy of being loved. I recite this with my children, and I make them say it back to me. And some of them grumble. But it's the repetitive nature that is being programmed into my children's subconscious mind that will create at a subconscious level that belief. And I have already started to see the results of this, the fruit of this, the harvesting, I guess, of my sowing, the sowing of the seeds. The other day, my son, my youngest son, 8 years old, came to my husband and I and said, Mom, Dad, I just have to tell you that I accidentally spent $23 of Dad's money on the Xbox Live account. I thought I had enough money in my own account, but when I purchased it, it went through and it said that it was off of Dad's credit card, which I don't understand why. He goes, but it happened, and I need to let you guys know that this happened. And I said, thank you for taking responsibility for your actions and your choices. Thank you for being honest. I really, really do appreciate that. I asked him to help explain a little bit more what exactly happened. And I told him that we were going to waive it, let it go. But that next time if something like this happened and it wasn't an accident, that we would come up with some way for him to repay us. But he's 8 years old. There's no way that I would have ever known unless I actually physically went onto my account and checked my Visa to see that amount was taken out. He was open and honest about it. So this is just a small success, a small example, but this works on a much bigger scale. I've actually got a lot of examples of this. Actually, all my pregnancies, all my labor and deliveries. Every time I got pregnant, I would recite for 9 months and I would thank the good Lord that I had fast, quick, pain-free, complication-free, fun, enjoyable labors and deliveries with healthy babies. And I can vouch that I have been pregnant 6 times. I lost one child after my first. I did this with my first, and then when I lost the second one, I added that I will never, ever lose another child. That none of my children will ever die before my husband and I pass. Both of us have to be gone before any of our kids will pass again, because I couldn't handle that. But out of all 5 of my living children, not one of my labor and deliveries lasted longer than 4 hours. Not one. They were all healthy, and I should have specified no pressure, because I really didn't feel pain, except for the first one, because his labor was 3 hours and 20 minutes. It would have only been 2 hours and 20 minutes, but my husband hadn't made it to the hospital, and I told my nurse to close my legs. I refused to push. And it was very painful. And it became very painful because I got scared. And I stopped believing that it was going to work. But the minute my husband walked in that door, it was like nothing had ever happened. And all my pain stopped. And within an hour after that, he was born. So I have multiple things where I have really done repetition in the programming or the reprogramming of the subconscious mind. And the belief, You can reprogram your subconscious mind all you want, but you need to believe it at a subconscious level. It works. It's real. Our minds are incredibly powerful. I will tell you this, our minds are powerful tools, but we were never meant to live in our mind. We were always meant to use it as a tool. And this space is here to mastermind with you guys and how we can utilize our minds and really just help use our mind, our tool, to create the lives that we are meant to live. And not just our lives, but our children and our children's children's lives as well. Anyways, I feel like I talked way too much.
We will do that again in 2 weeks. We will let you know in the group. And I think this is a good way to end it. Perfect.
If anyone has any kind of questions, or they have any type of things that they're struggling with their kids or their families or themselves, you guys can reach out to either one of us. You can either private message us, or you could leave a comment on any of our posts, and we will talk about it on our next webinar. We can definitely do that for you guys.
And if you want to bring up a topic, and not have your name, but you want it to be addressed, we could do that too, probably.
Oh, absolutely. Well, then with that, we will see you guys in 2 weeks. And of course, feel free to read our posts and to comment. This is a group for engagement, and we want to be able to help each other, and the best way to do that is to engage. So if there is someone out there that has questions, or you see something that just really resonates with you, share it, because you never know when that share is going to be exactly what the person on the other side of the screen really needed to see or hear. So until our next webinar, you guys all have yourself a great 2 weeks, and we'll see you guys later.
Above all else, be well.
Yes.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye for now.